Bandit here. I'm doing a series of videos on this Saturday. I just did a video about 20 minutes ago. And I'm going to follow up with what I was saying. I'm going to mention some names. I'm going to mention a few names from old and new. I'm going to mention, let's go into it. Maya Angelou, number one. Diane Carroll, number two. Do with those two. Now I'm going to mention two of today. I'm going to go into Eve. I'm going to do a few more on the new. I'm going to go into Eve, Candace Owens, Serena Williams, and Ketanji Brown, Supreme Court Justice, and Kamala Harris, because they say she's black. Let's get into it. Bandit here, Bandit here, Bandit is here, I'm here. These women that I just mentioned, they're all with white men. Let me say something about that. I don't hear a lot of black men complaining. I don't hear a lot of black men complaining about these women being married or booed up with white men. I don't hear about it. When a black man get with a white woman, I just don't hear black men. Let me take that back. When black women get with white men, I don't hear a bunch of black men putting black women down for being with white men. I don't hear it. Maybe somebody in my comment section can say, well, no, that's not true. It's a bunch of black men complaining about it. I don't see it. It's not a big thing. You might have a few black men like Umar Johnson or somebody like that, or pro-black, or, these Pan-Africanists. They might say something about it, stuff like that. They might say something about it and say, hey, you need to get a black man. But for the most part, I don't see black men just really ragging on black women. I look at Ketanji Brown, and she's married to a white man. And y'all hero, the Democrats, because I have to say y'all hero because 97% of the vote in the Democratic Party is black people. Let's just be real about it. 97%. They don't say anything about Ketanji Brown. Ketanji Brown being married to a white man. They don't say anything about their vice president being married to a white man. Even though this woman had been with Willie Brown, or whatever his name is, in California. She's been with Mgtow Williams from the Mgtow Williams show. This woman have a history of being with men of color because we're not black no more. We're whatever they say we are. So we are people of color now. So I have to say people of color because whatever the elites say we are, that's what we are. Even though Mexican people can say, hey, we Mexican. Even though Cuban people can say, I'm not Mexican, I'm Cuban. Okay? The Dominican Republic can say, we're not Mexican, we're Dominican Republic. We are not allowed to say what we are. We are told what we are. So I would say people of color. And if you don't know what that means that is an example of sarcasm. Learned that from white people. So if you don't know what sarcasm is, I suggest you figure it out. I don't have time to explain it to you. But anyway, your hero, Joe Biden. He voted in the press secretary from Haiti, immigrant, black And she made it a point to say that she is part of the LGBTQ community, which means she do not stand up for straight men. She don't care anything about men, not masculine, straight, conservative men. But she is the press secretary. She speaks for us. But before she answered a question, she made it known to say that she's Black, Haitian, immigrant, and LGBTQ. And she represents that community first and foremost. And there's no uprising in the street from men. Now, I don't know if men are scared to take on this. I don't know if men saying, well, that's a female. You shouldn't be speaking ill will about a female. But look at what they're doing. They're not on your side. And who's suffering? Who's suffering? You know? And who will suffer in the end is the question. Because my thing is this right here. Joe Biden has been in politics for, 50 years? He knows exactly what he's doing. He has changed over the years. He wasn't for integration. He wasn't for integrating schools. He didn't want his children going to school with people of color. He called it jungles. You're going to turn our schools into jungles. This man said this. But because he got a D by his name, Democrat. Okay, because black people were sold to the Democrats. You understand what I'm saying? Through the civil rights movement, they were sold to them. They were promised things, but it ain't that they was promised things. Women was promised things. Women were promised a check. They were promised middle management. They were promised middle management jobs and federal jobs and state jobs and county jobs. It was also promised welfare, food stamps, Section 8, vouchers. They were promised all these things. Nothing went to a man. The only thing went to a black man was you're going to pay. Child support, alimony. If you don't pay, you're going to jail. You're going to pay. You are to be a servant. Your job is to be a servant. And it happened way back in slavery. When the children was born, they take the man out and put him in the field. They put him in the fields. Your job is to work till you dead. The women was there to train the children to be of servitude. I don't care what white people or black people come to my channel and tell me it's not so. It is so. And young black boys are being trained right now. They're being trained to kill each other. They're being trained to have no love. They're being trained to go to prison, jail, prison. They're being trained to be destructive and to be demons. If you interview some of these young kids in Chicago, Detroit, Baltimore, Atlanta, Los Angeles, and any other urban city or urban places within the city, they will tell you, we got to do what we got to do to get ours. We demons. They will say it themselves. You have hood vlogs out here, and the young black people will say that you can get killed over here. It's real over here. This is the hood over here. You could lose your life over here. So my thing is this right here. Is there black love? Is there black love? Where is the love at in the black community? Because they're doing all these vlogs. And I appreciate the vlogs when they go into these cities and go to the black areas and you got crap everywhere and the black guys are walking around. They got these guns and they got extended clips and they got all this stuff letting you know that there ain't no love. You can die over here. It's real over here. If we don't know you, you don't need to be coming over here. But these are the same people that was screaming about George Floyd. These are the same people that were screaming about Rodney King back when I was in high school. Okay? When I was a senior in high school. When Rodney King, all that happened back in those days. You can get killed in Watts, Compton, Long Beach, Oakland. These was South Central, devastating places before Rodney King. It seems to me that we only care when somebody white does something to us. Then it's a problem. But as long as we kill each other, then what the excuse is that, oh, well, that happens in every community. In a white community, whites kill whites. But what's the point? We're saying that we're loving people. We should be the example. Before 1960, we as black people, people of color today, were more married and intact families than any other race in this country. That's fact. That's a fact. And we were mostly Republicans, conservative. Why? Because we had a father in the home. You had men back there had 10 kids, 12 kids, and they were in the home before 1960. I recall looking at the story of Jesse Owens. And there was a father in that home. And that mother was quiet. She cooked for the family. She made sure it was peace at home. And the man was the head. And anything that Jesse Owens wanted to do, he ran it through his father and got his father's say so. He got his father's opinion. You understand? He followed his father. His mother kept her trap shut. That's not how it is today. We live in a full-fledged matriarchy today. And how are these young men are doing? They're not happy. Most young men today, they don't know where to go. They just violent. They don't know what to do with their emotions. It's done. No father. So let's get to the women I mentioned. Maya Angelou was married to, I think, 2 or 3 white men. But they, pro-blacks, represent this woman like she was the greatest black woman ever. And you know what? There's nothing to speak against Maya Angelou. I have no problem with her. What I'm saying is this. If you want people to be free and be able to do what they want to do and have their freedom, why can't the men have the same freedom she had? She had this freedom when it was unpopular to have that freedom. But LeBron James' son go to the prom. He ain't married to that girl. He went to the prom with this girl. Now all of a sudden it's a problem. Maya Angelou married, what, 2 or 3 of them. Candace Owens, conservative. She speaks about the black community and what's wrong with the black community. She married an English white man. She didn't marry her brother. She speaks about black people. You understand what I'm saying? So the fact that she could not pick a brother to be with and marry and have a kid by a black man tells you that the single black mom is raising men that they don't even want. And what it tells me is that white mothers are raising men that women want. Because white men don't have no problem getting Asian women. They don't have a problem getting women from the DR. They don't have no problem getting women from all over the world, including black women and African women. Hell, my ex-wife got with a white man after she divorced me, and he was 60-something years old. My ex-wife is not even 40 yet. Not even 40. And she's not even with that white man no more. So she was younger when she got with that white man. You see what I'm saying? But when a black man wants some peace, he wants to get with someone where he ain't got to struggle and go through this and go through that and have to deal with a masculine woman. Deal with a woman who got to piece herself together. Just a natural woman. He's ridiculed for that. There's a problem. And my question is why? Why? Why is such a problem if if any other race of woman want to make a black man happy and be in his life, cook for him, clean for him, and love him and spend time with him and support him? Why is it a problem? Why? But when a black woman get with a white man, when a black woman get with a white man, like I said, they call that love. They love each other. Accept that. Just a thought. I'm just asking in the comment section. I'm just asking. So, with that being said, this is a video with me just asking in the comment section. And I would like women to answer it and men to answer the question. Why is it such a problem if a black man want to be happy? Because from where I see it, y'all not making us happy at all. Y'all want us to be a tool. We're just a wallet. And the sad part about it is, if the man is that bad, black woman, you're the one picking him. Bat it out.